the 24-yard line. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Don't get nervous.
Now it's Sproles. And an alley to run. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid play.
Sproles lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
To pass, Flacco. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now, after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Into the hands of Patrick, left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only give up?
Alshon Jeffrey. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 79 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Denver getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it's 3rd down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Flacco from the gun. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Behind, like 80. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school. Yo, Lee. Rewind.
Flacco from midfield. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Play action to Sproles. Wins. And he connects with Ertz. An Eagle first down. Wentz to Ertz.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive. 3rd down. Spectacular catch. Turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out.
Here we go. 180. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On play action, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Sproles. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Flacco. He'll get this one to Patrick, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
I got you, boy.
On 2nd and 12, Flacco. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Second and 10. Flacco once more. Flushed out right. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They go pass again with Flacco. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Von Miller. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by McManus is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 7.
3 wide.
Passing play, Flacco. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
7 yards to go.
Behind Zach, 180.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And he's got Hireman. Brushing off defenders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. On first down, it's Lindsey. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 62 yards. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Here's Flacco. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tried to roll out and make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 1st downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, look into that end zone real fast.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. An Eagle 1st down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 26 yards. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his back. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Sproles. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On play action, it's Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jackson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Hey, like 80. 58, come on. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Flacco from the gun. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Check. Lucky.
Flacco. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Watch out. Check. Team spill.
Jeffrey with a catch left side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 280.
52's the mark.
Tyson. 80 weapon.
Now a play fake. Wentz rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Go.
52's the mic. I got you, punk. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find plays.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Flacco off play action. On the move to his left. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And McManus able to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Here we go. 280!
Shit!
Flag.
Shit!
Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Back to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
I'm a little surprised right here. They got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lindsey. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Now Flacco will lead him up as they're going to go for 2.
Ricky.
Now it's Flacco. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go. Here we go. 180.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Philly.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream